Welcome to Breaking Solo, how solopreneurs break barriers, build brands, and embrace the future of business.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Breaking Solo. Appreciate you being with us. I'm really excited today to have Sue Patz with New Beginnings as my guest. Sue, tell the audience who you are and what you do.
Hi, I'm Sue Pets. I'm just excited to be over here. I'm lifelong solopreneur turned entrepreneur, small business owner, and just passionate to help solopreneurs to get their head start and start their business with ease and scale and go global. That's my lifelong passion.
Wow, that's awesome. So, what tell me what is New Beginnings?
New beginning. Okay, so I have been in business for a while and I had various kinds of businesses. Yeah, initially I had businesses mostly into computer, like computer consulting firm and placement firm. I was also into health related e-commerce. But then I was bedridden, and afterwards, when I received my bonus life, I thought it was a second chance in my life. And every business I felt it is a new beginning for me and even new beginning for my clients.
Oh,
So at any phase and at for any kind of business, I just got stuck to this name because it was always new beginning for me, and I really felt it was new beginning even for my prospects and clients. So it is new beginning, and it is basically to serve solopreneurs by every possible way, every possible way.
well, thank you for that. I love that.
Thank you.
So, did you always know that solopreneurship was gonna be your path? Or did you
No,
pivot from something else?
no, I never knew that. Growing up, I was totally against business because my parents were working and they were very ethical and value driven, and we had really happiness and peace in our place. And I really enjoyed my life. And my distant relatives, not my nearby relatives, but distant relatives, they were in the business, and I hated the things they did for business because they were making good money, but they were really living unethical life, and they were doing lots of wrong things. And I was totally against business. I said there is no way I will get into business. I will not marry a businessman. And ours is an arranged marriage, so when I got a proposal, I used to reject anyone in the business because I said no, because I was under that impression that okay, for business means you have to do wrong things, and money is evil and all. So that was my idea. So I was totally against business, but I was very much into spirituality because I had lots of questions and nobody could answer my questions. And when you are a confused teen, you have two options: either get into drugs or and spirituality. And I'm really thankful that I got into spirituality. I started getting answers for my questions, and as my journey progressed, I realized money is not good or bad. It is the person who holds money, that person decides how to use that money, and money just amplifies its true nature. And everything started clearing up for me because of spirituality. And I said, okay, having business is not bad because of businesses you can help so many people, and you become more on the solution side of the world instead of being a liability or problem. I started realizing all that. And when we were newly married, it was a okay life because we were dings, double income, no kids. But the moment my first kid was born, it totally changed because I couldn't leave my daughter to a daycare and go to work. It just didn't make sense, and I wanted to work from home, but that time working from home was not that prominent. That was not an option. So I had no other choice but start my own business because means you buy a house, then there is a mortgage, then one person has to pay for mortgage, other person is basically making all the money for living. And living in Bay Area, oh man, it is so expensive. Whenever we go out of Bay Area, we really feel, oh, everything is so cheap. You won't believe, even if I leave Bay Area and go to LA, I feel everything is so cheap. So Bay Area is so expensive, but we couldn't leave Bay Area because my husband is hardware engineer and he told me he won't have a prospects anywhere else other than Bay Area. So then I started looking at various options, and then the solopreneurship was the only option, and that is how I got started. And I had many businesses. Some businesses flew, some businesses gave me learning lessons.
Yes. So you got something from all of them.
Yeah.
So what's been the biggest challenge in your solopreneur journey?
There are many challenges. First of all, as a solopreneur, you wear many hats. And if you don't prioritize, you will spend whole day doing stuff, but that may not be of any use for your business, because as a solopreneur you wear all the hats, but you have to see whether most of the time you are wearing high value hat like CEO, CFO, CTO, or you are wearing the low value hat like graphic design, admin, bookkeeping. So it depends on your actions, and that was the thing. Because when I started, many people suffer in solopreneurship because they don't get structure, because you have to discipline yourself. Job, they give you structure, so you just follow the structure and you can produce. But as a solopreneur, you have to create your own discipline. And that was my challenge initially, because I started my day with the doing things which I was comfortable doing at, which the things which I love to do, but they were of no importance to my business or immediate high priority. And I spent my whole day, and at the end of the day, I felt really I didn't achieve anything in throughout the day. And then I just changed. I started making my priority list before going to bed previous night, and from that also I made the again from that you shuffle and find the highest priority on the top and start working on that. And once I started doing that, the things change, because even if you don't finish all the things on your list, still you tackle the most important part in your business that particular day, so the day is not wasted. I think that is the main challenge. There are many challenges I can just keep on listing, but I think that is the main challenge.
Yeah, that is definitely, if you're a solopreneur, that is a challenge you're going to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's fun to do the stuff that you like, but that
Yeah.
may not be what is the most effective for your business.
Yeah, and that might be comfortable too. And if you are doing things which are comfortable to you, you are not growing.
Oh, true. So true. So, do you have a specific niche that you work in now in the marketplace?
Yes, I have a specific niche. When I got started into business, especially the digital business, I was told that to make real money, you have to wait for at least 2 3 years to see the real money in the digital business. And most solopreneurs quit their business before launching their first digital product. Many entrepreneurs don't see second year in their business. Many of those who see second year, many of them don't see fifth year in the business. I didn't like all those statistics. So I designed my offers in base such that these statistics are no longer valid. So now my niche is like that. I can help you make money fast as 3 months, even if you are starting from scratch. Even if you have zero people on your subscribers list, still that is possible. So that you don't have to wait for 3 years to see the real money. You can see real money within 3 months. I have testimonials where people saw real money within their first week, but is it norm? No. That was their unique situation, because they had established subscriber base and they had skills, so that they created the irresistible offer in such a way that they could create rapid revenue within 1 week. But it is not norm. So even if you're starting from scratch with zero subscriber list, if you follow the roadmap properly, if you do your homework, yes, you can make money within your first 3 months. And for that, I have a hybrid approach. We have best of the both worlds. We have AI accelerated workflows, but we have human collaboration to get the qualified leads. And we also have group coaching monthly, but we have one on one lesser coaching, because that actually also gives the accountability, because unless and until you finish your part, your homework, you cannot set up appointment with your coach. So you are forced to take action into your own business. So this is the best of both worlds. So you have AI plus human interaction, but you have group coaching plus one-on-one.
That's amazing.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure that does turn the action into profits quickly.
Yes.
So, do you see any shifts happening that could change the way solopreneurs are going to be working in the future?
You see, shift is always happening there, because change is the constant going to be there. Anytime something or other is going to change, it's up to you how you are going to adapt to the change. And you just adapt to the change and make sure you stay with the trend and you implement that the trend into your whatever offering you have. For example, in my initial e-courses didn't have anything related to AI, but when AI became prominent, I made sure to add those modules related to AI. I started creating custom GPTs and I incorporated that into the modules and all. So if you stay with the current trends, I don't think there will be any problem for the solopreneurs. Of course, they will have bright future. Solopreneurs, they will have, and I really applaud solopreneurs. It is not easy. It is not easy to be a solopreneur. And solopreneurs are not understood by anyone, neither their friends or nor family. If your friends and family, if they are not solopreneurs, they don't understand you. You might be working in your home office like 8 p.m. and your spouse will come and say, "Hey, why are you working? This is 8 p.m." You cannot tell your spouse, "I'm working for you to give you more options," because initially you don't have much to show for. You might have any appointment over a weekend and your friends are going for party. You cannot tell your friends that, okay, I have an appointment. They say, why do you have an appointment on Saturday? You cannot explain that I couldn't set up appointment during the day. No, but they were not available. I was not free. Something or other. You cannot explain. So solopreneurs really, they need community of peers, so that they can see other peers also getting over their challenges, and they are progressing. So that will be inspiration for them, and also a mentor and guide who will take care of their blind spots and give them the shortcut for the success. And of course you will make your own mistakes, but as far as you don't make the same mistake again and again, everything is fine. And don't
Right.
go for perfect. You are not going to be perfect. My coach always tells me, the day you become perfect, God will call you, because no human being is ever going to be perfect. But as far as you are better today than yesterday and you are not repeating the same mistakes, you are learning, you are growing.
Absolutely. Okay, so what's one tool, app, or resource that you absolutely can't live without in your business?
Many things actually I can just say about any project management tool, because I love project management tools and I personally use many. And I feel, see, I can live without anything, means, but that is, I think, really critical and crucial if you want to scale your business, because there has to be delegation happening in your business. Otherwise, see, many times solopreneurs, they also have that dogma that, okay, nobody can do better than me. So they don't want to delegate or outsource their work. But if you create your workflows properly, if you create checklist and if you create workflow and you hire new team members, you just give hand over all those workflows to them and you can delegate that work to them. You can create time for yourself. Creating time for yourself is so important, that will avoid burnout, and you can create more money if you lose money, but once the time is gone, you cannot recreate time. So you have to be very, very prudent about your time investment. So I think any mm, I use a Trello, I use ClickUp, and I use Notion. I have various tools. Each tool has a different benefit, but those tools are really important because they track many things. I have a to-do list over there. I have priority list over there. I can communicate with my team over there. My project goes over there. So you find whichever tool works for you and make use of them.
Yes, absolutely. You know, I've often said my business really took off when I gave up the idea that I had to do everything. So when I started handing stuff off to others and then told myself I didn't have to tell them exactly how they had to do it as long as the outcome was what we needed.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's a big thing to learn, but it'll make a big difference in your business.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have daily habits or routines that help you to stay focused and productive?
Yeah, daily habits, you have to make time for yourself, and that is, you can say, downtime, me time. But I always think that time is you are connecting your higher self. I always give, there are so many examples I can give. For example, there are two woodcutters. One doesn't take any break and keeps on chopping wood, and other one takes breaks and he sharpens axe and he refreshes himself. At the end of the day, person who takes breaks and sharpens his axe and all, he had more wood cut than the person who just keeps on cutting wood. So just remember that. I always tell, Newton invented gravity when he was chilling under apple tree. It was not like that he was working hard in his lab. Same with Archimedes. He was having fun in his bathtub. And then he realized and he just started running. Eureka, eureka. So that time is so important. My every good idea came from the downtime, when I was actually connecting with myself, with my higher self every time. So I just make sure to have that time. So when I go to gym, it is more like meditation for me. Because see, whatever gym, whatever routines you are doing, most of the routines don't need that much of active participation. You pick up the kettlebell, you know how to move it and all. Of course, you pay attention, but you don't need really active mind into that. At that time, you can really think of your business, and all the best ideas can come from there. I have some connection with Archimedes. My best ideas always came from hot tub. I'm in the jacuzzi, and my best ideas always come, and I just cannot wait to come home and implement them. So I think you have to create time for yourself. Habits, I can just say that start and end your day with gratitude. Stand and because that is because universe is genie. The more and more signals you give to your universe thinks that, oh, you enjoy this particular thing, universe will keep on giving you more and more of those things. So if you start practicing gratitude, universe will give you more and more situations for you to be grateful for. Just a simple thing. You are in the morning. No, you are solopreneur, you don't have to run to your alarm clock and all, because I have seen people actually having snooze button 3 4 times because they have to run for their job and all. But as a solopreneur, you can set up your schedule. So when you are in your bed, go through all the appointments you have set up for that particular day. Each appointment you visualize it, and visualize the positive outcome for every appointment. Once you visualize, you are giving the signal that this is what you want, and then universe will take action to make it happen. Everything happens, every event happens in our life is invited by us, but many times we just think of, oh, the worst, and then we invite the worst in our life. For example, there was one guy who was sitting under the tree, and the tree was supposed to be giving whatever you wish for. So he says, oh, I'm so hungry. I really wish, I feel like eating full steak and all. And he gets full steak cooked and all and all. He said, oh, wow, steak. Then how about then I would like to have some ice cream. He gets ice cream. He said, it looks like there is a ghost over here. I'm just worried that ghost may harm me. Immediately the ghost came and harmed him. It is everything. So what he was creating from his own mind. So remember that you are creating your reality in your own mind, and that is becoming your reality. So then be your own best friend and create the best possible reality. So every habit, whatever you have, just make sure it is serving you. Just a simple thing. In the morning, before you start your day, you can go to your backyard, just walk barefoot on your green. That is really good for you. There are many, many benefits. But this is small, and see, I'm just giving you my examples. Your life, your strategy, you will have different routine. I have one blog post that I created for Valentine's Day, Be Your Own Valentine, and that has 40 self care tips for solopreneurs. And that blog is still viral. I'm getting still so many leads from there. It's really amazing. So there are so many tools. Pick whichever tool you like, you resonate with, and run with it. But just make sure you have to have some free time, because the creativity comes when you are not doing anything. When you are just connected to your higher self, the best ideas are coming that time.
Great advice. Thank you for sharing that. So, do you have any exciting projects or launches coming up that you'd like to share?
Yeah, see, I love spirituality and I love entrepreneurship, and they both have been really integral part of my life. Sorry. So I created this rapid revenue system where I mentioned that has the best of the all worlds, means it is AI accelerated workflow plus human collaboration. But I also have one-on-one lesser coaching and group coaching, so that my rapid revenue where someone can see the money, and that is within 90 days you can monetize your digitals. I give ready-made digitals if you don't want to create your own, but if you want to create your own, I have modules for that. And then within 1 year you can go global. So that is the plan. But I'm also writing books on spirituality for prosperity. So I have many books, actually they are coming, they are in the pipeline for publishing. So those books also will be a game changer, because they will help you tap your unlimited potential. They will clear all the money blocks or other blocks you have in your life. So those books are coming up very soon. So those are the two main things. I have many other offers, but I just don't want to confuse. I just want to talk about two main things, right?
Okay, perfect. So, how can people connect and learn more about what you do?
I am very active on LinkedIn. Actually, I became LinkedIn influencer. That was not my plan, but I'm influencer on LinkedIn. But on LinkedIn, I got verified by my real name, and my real name is really long. That is Sumedha Patwardhan. So if you go on LinkedIn, if you look for Supets, you will not find me, because even though I wrote into bracket Supets, but still the LinkedIn search is such that if you just search for Supets, you won't find me. But if you look for Sumedha Patwardhan, you can find me over there. You can always connect me on LinkedIn, and LinkedIn messaging and all, I always respond. I have more connection than my email. Of course, email also, yeah, if someone wants to connect me via email, they can do that. I also have a podcast, New Beginning Inspiration for You. So if you have a story of struggle and success, and if you can inspire any solopreneur to stay in their business and succeed, you are welcome to come as a guest on my podcast. I would love to interview you, Donna, on my podcast. So I have that podcast. That podcast has been going on over like 3-4 years, and that podcast also started mainly because my audience wanted to listen to my blogs and watch my blogs. So that's why my podcast and YouTube channel started. Now I have 3 YouTube channels. All are qualified to monetize, but I don't monetize because I don't want to put ads into my educational content. And a New Beginning site is there, newbeginning.com. And I also have a new website coming, supats.com. And supats.com will be mainly for the consulting. So if someone wants really consulting, one-on-one consulting, that will be, and even for my spirituality books will be there on my supats.com. And New Beginning is mainly for digital products or any digital offerings.
Awesome. Okay, listeners, I will put those links in the show notes. So if you missed something, especially the link to her LinkedIn profile. so, so thank you so much for being with me
So
today. I
thanks
really
for the
appreciate it.
opportunity. I really appreciate.
Yes, thanks. Listeners, if you have not followed and liked the podcast yet, please do so and leave us a review. Thanks so much. Talk soon, Sue.